All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us tonight for another self love conversation. My name is Gloria Ward, and I'm the founder of this amazing project, which is the I'm Loving Me Project, where we inspire you, women, to love yourself. And of course, you know, it is Black History Month, and we're almost towards the end. But we have some wonderful, wonderful ladies that we're going to talk to tonight. They are 14-year-old twins from a Chicago suburb who discovered racist books assigned on their summer school reading list. So I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves. We're going to talk about exactly what happened and what has actually came out of that. So if you ladies can go ahead and introduce your beautiful selves to our audience, I would greatly appreciate that.
Thank you so much for having us today. I'm Kyra Pierce. And I'm Fallon Pierce. And we're the Pierce twins.
And so ladies, okay, so you're in Chicago, you are um, trying to find something to read, you go out, you look for the books. Tell us exactly what happened.
So, what happened was we were assigned a reading list to do some projects on for the summer. And we were looking through the list and we found this book called And Then There Were None. And we searched up what it was about. It was really interesting to us. So we're like, let's look at what it looks like to just see where it is so we can get it at the library.
Right.
And we were really interested in this book because last year's eighth grade class and the year before, everybody has the same list every year for eighth grade. And it seemed really interesting, like it was a murder mystery and everything. So we searched up the book and we started looking at the summary, what it was about, and like one does when they get their school reading list. And we happened to scroll and see that its original title was 10 Little N Words, and there was a picture of a doll hanging. So we brought it to our parents, and they were like, that's not okay. So they told the school, and a few emails and news stories later, the book finally got taken down. And we were inspired by that whole experience to do more. And so we started by creating our own reading list because it all started with the reading list. Why not create a reading list that is diverse? So
Right.
we started a reading list for first through eighth grade, and we are expanding it to high school now. And now we were still inspired to do more. So we decided to come up with a non for profit called Positive Change Charities, where we give diverse books to kids in need in underfunded school libraries. And now, as you know, we are working with the state representative to pass the Pierce Twins bill, which will ensure diversity on reading curriculums.
Now, let me tell you something. I think you guys are amazing, beautiful, of course. I said that. And all of the, just out of that little thing that you found with the books, has inspired everyone around you to go ahead and not only change themselves, but to change the law, right?
Yeah.
But what I want you guys to understand is this is the power of what happens when you speak up for yourself, right? This is the power of what happens when you say that something is not right. Things has to change, right? But I want to know, how did you ladies feel when you saw the book and you realized what the book was about?
Honestly, it made me sad and angry at the same time because it's like all these kids were reading this book and doing projects on this book, and they didn't even know the history of the book. And
Mm.
I was kind of angry and shocked, kind of like Kara said, because again, all these kids have been do like reading this book, and it wasn't hard to find the original title or the original cover. So I was just confused and a little surprised that nobody else saw this, or did people see this and ignore it because it didn't really matter that much to them.
Is your school diverse or is it mostly African American students?
No, it's not very diverse.
Okay. And so nobody even thought about the title or anything. And, you guys stepped up to say, hey, this is wrong. So tell me now about the goal and the mission of the bill.
The mission of the bill is to make sure that there is no question as to if a school's literary curriculum is diverse or not. We don't want anyone to have to go through what we went through or feel how we felt, because we feel that it's really important to expose children to diversity, especially at a young age, because it makes them all accepting and tolerant of each other. And that's not even just, it doesn't even just have to be children of color, just all children, all ages, all genders, everything. It just helps create them into the people that they can be tomorrow, and it just really makes them better people overall.
I'm smiling because I'm saying to myself, you're 14 now, but as you get older, you don't know what this is going to do with your life with the nonprofit and everything. But at least you ladies get the exposure to see exactly what you want to do, as you get older and as you do this work, because that's what life is about. Life is really about service. But I want to know if you guys can tell me and the audience, did you get any backlash from this?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Of course. And tell us
Oh,
what that was like.
so we had people putting our picture up and saying we're effing gross and effing disgusting for what we're doing. And it made me upset. And I brought it to my parents, and they said to ignore it and try to look at the positive side, not of what the person is saying, but of what I'm doing. And their talk to me helped me like realize that I'm doing something good.
That's right.
And yeah, like hate does to anyone, it made me upset because I was like, I what I'm doing is good, and I shouldn't even have a question in my mind if that's good or not. I should just know. And after that, our parents talked to us, and I knew, like I knew in the beginning, that this is good. What I'm doing is good, and this is going to take me far, and this is going to just help other people, not just me, not just people at our school, other people. This is going to help.
Absolutely. And I would tell you, ladies, anything in life that you want, anything in life starts with a challenge, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing that you're ever going to face, especially when you're trying to change something that has years and years and years of doing things the same way, that you're not going to be faced with any type of opposition or resistance, because people don't like change. Change is very hard for a lot of people, right? Because they believe if it's not broke, why are you trying to fix it, right? And so when you were experiencing these things and you went to your parents, what are some of the things that you feel that younger kids coming up after you, once this bill is passed, is going to experience from you guys? Because you said you got a nonprofit as well, right? And you said that you're going to be, giving out these new books. What kind of books are you guys envisioning to have, or what you trying to expose to the generation coming up after you?
So the books that I want to expose are books like Just Mercy or The Hate You Give or Soulway, which is a new book. And I want kids to be in an environment where literary curriculums are inclusive of all races, all genders, all ethnicities, all backgrounds, all abilities. And I just want kids to see more things that look like them, where they
Yeah,
can look on the TV or read a book and be like, "Oh my gosh, that character reminds me so much of me. I want to be just like that character."
absolutely. We had a different world back then in my generation, where we watched, Dwayne and Whitley go to college. We watched all of, the experiences and stuff that they went through. And me in junior high school and high school, I was saying the same thing. I want to be just like that. I want to go to college. I want to have all these experiences. So how do you get parents involved in what you guys are doing? Like, how can parents participate?
They can overall just diversify everything without forgetting who you are. So, like, diversify your reading choices, your TV shows, the restaurants you eat at,
Yeah.
everything. And also making sure your kids are learning about different backgrounds and different cultures and different races and stuff like that. And it'll help you learn more and your kids learn more.
Absolutely. And so, what does the future look like for you, ladies?
I'm hoping in the future that for our non for profit, we can be able to give out 10,000 books in this year.
Wow.
And also for the way future, I hope that, well, the future now, I hope that this bill gets passed, obviously.
Yeah,
But in the
it
way
will.
future, I hope I can continue helping people, whether that's in the medical field or being a judge. I just want to continue to help people. Me too.
Yeah, that was my other question. Has this changed your mind about your profession of what you want to do in life?
It has, because I feel like at first it was all about what do I want to do? What do I want to do? But it's now about I want to be someone that helps people. It's
That's right.
now about what do I want to do for others.
Right. Absolutely. I think you ladies are amazing, really. And how would you know when the bill is passed? How does that process work? Like, what are you guys waiting on?
I don't really know. We're waiting on the
Okay.
draft right now, and it's gonna go through this long process and everything. So
Of
we are
course.
just holding on and waiting and crossing our fingers. And right now we need to get the bill number two. So it's just like a lot, and I'm just so excited.
Exactly. So do you guys have any way that we can follow you guys to keep up with the bill? Do you have, of course, you guys got social media. I know that, right? So how can we follow you and keep up with everything you're doing?
So our Instagram is the Pierce Twins. Everything is the Pierce Twins.
Okay.
And we have a GoFundMe. And if you search up the Pierce Twins GoFundMe, that is what should pop up. Yeah. And
Okay.
if anybody needs to talk, we're always here. You can contact us on our socials and we'll answer you and give you positive advice.
Ladies, thank you so much for being here. I am so proud of you ladies. If there's anything that we can do to help as you go along in your journey, just let us know, okay?
Okay. Thanks for having us. Thank you
Oh,
so much.
absolutely. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night, okay?
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye.